Hey guys, it's Michael and today I'm here to do my February wrap-up. So first off, I did not finish any of the books that I did my TBR on in February. I got halfway through Roots, at least to page like 450. So there's that. So I started going to the library. It's amazing, like it's just amazing. I've read so many graphic novels and that's basically what I read in February. But I have none of the books because it's all back at the library. The first book that I read was March Book 1 by John Robert Lewis, Andrew Aiden, and Nate Powell. It's basically a biographical John Lewis, who was part of the civil rights movement, and he's one of the big people that, with Martin Luther King, etc., that led that part. I actually enjoyed it. I learned a lot, which was really nice, and it was just a really quick, short read. I'm wanting to read number 2 yet, but the library hasn't gotten it yet, so whenever that happens, I'll get it then. But I gave that 3 stars out of 5. I really enjoyed it. Next books that I read was book 1 and 2 of Y the Last Man by Brian K. Vaughan, Pierre Aguirre, Goran Pavlon, Paul Chadwick, Jose Madras Jr., Pamela Rambo, and Glenn Robbins. Basically a lot of people. And it was really good. This story is about a man who's basically the last man on Earth. It's exactly what the title says. It kept wanting me to read it. It flowed so fast. There were parts though I felt that was weird. Like there were I just thought it was weird, but in a what is going on way type of thing. And overall I enjoyed it, and I gave the first one 4 stars, and then the second one was definitely 5 stars. It got really good. I mean, it's really good, and the character development and everything is top notch. I really like these characters. The next book that I read was The Gigantic Beard That Was Evil by Stephen Collins. This one's a graphic novel. It's kind of poetic almost. It's about a man who lives in this place called Here, and he grows an evil beard that starts just basically disrupting the city. It's very satirical, but I did enjoy it. And the graphic style is really nice. It's this black and white, and the way the frames are shot and like the panels are broken up and things like that, it's really cool. I gave it 4 stars out of 5. The next book, well, it's a manga and I read it throughout February. It's volume 1, 2, and 3, Dengeki Daisy by Koyosuke Motomi. And this is really good. The reason why I wanted to read it was because it's a shoujo manga. Basically, that means I'm not the target audience, but I still really enjoyed it. A romantic manga about usually a girl in middle school usually, and about falling in love and stuff like that. But this one was really good. This one's about a girl named Teru who is her brother died but left her a cell phone with this guy named Daisy, and if she needed anything she could always text him and let him know what's going on. What's really great about this manga is the development and the relationship between the 2 main characters. It's just really good, and I love them interplaying with each other, and it's genuinely funny. Like, it's a funny manga, and I really enjoyed it. Volume 1 starts really cliche-y, I feel like, but as I read 2 and 3, and then I finished 4 in March, so I'm not gonna count it, but it gets really good. It's definitely a 5-star manga. The next book that I read is American Born Chinese by Jin Lung Young, and this one I felt conflicted because I thought it was really okay. Like, it was an okay book. This one is it's almost biographical almost. I think it talks about himself as a kid, but it also has this weird side story about a monkey god, and then it also has this other plot too. Weird, like, it seems out of left field about a about like a really Asian-y character. And at the end, I mean, it gets tied up really nicely, and I thought that was pretty good on that part. But other than that, I thought it was okay. The style was really good, but other than that, I thought it was just like an okay book. This definitely defined an okay in my category. I gave it 3 stars out of 5. The next book that I read is Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. This book was really good. I first heard of this because it got a lot of hype, especially here on BookTube and also just in general. Does it live up to the hype? Yes. I went into this book blind, so I didn't know that much about it, and I really liked that. So as I was reading along, you finally find out what's going on, and it is post-apocalyptic, which is really interesting. What I liked about it is how things got connected, because there's some things that you don't see coming, and in that regard it's really, really good. I mean, I really like that part, but it can be daunting at first because it's not in order, so it can get confusing, because I know I got confused. I said, what is going on? But then it also, I wanted more character development. I wanted more essentially from the book, and I didn't get that, but the writing is beautiful. The writing is really, really nice. So I highly recommend it. Even if you have even a curiosity out of it, I recommend it. I gave it 4 stars out of 5. And then the next book, the final book in February that I read, was Jane, the Fox and Me by Fanny Britt. This book, I think it was translated from a French edition. I think it was normally French, but then it got translated. It's really good. Its style is amazing. It's about this girl who's getting bullied. She has to go on a trip and with the people that are bullying her, and basically it's about her and how she's dealing with being bullied and being an outcast. And that the part that's really cool is that the part where she's being bullied is in black and white, but then the part where she dreams, she's really relating to she's reading a book, Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, and those parts are in color, and it's really cool because when it switches, the stark contrast, it's just really nice, and I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 3.5 stars. I really liked it. But other than that, that's all the books I read in February, because after Roots, after that 450th page, I just felt like I needed a break, and that took like 3 weeks to reach that point. That book is really heavy to read, and it took a lot more than I expected it to. It was definitely a longer book than I anticipated. I probably will start doing like a bi-monthly checkup, because I mean, like, I changed my Goodreads goal to 75 instead of 50 because I'm going through graphic novels really fast now, and I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, if you read any of these books, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you then till later. Bye!